Eskom has put the national grid on stage 6 load shedding indefinitely. What this will mean is that you will basically have power interruptions, sometimes up to 4 hours at a time. Let's talk about the situation now with the Cape Town Mayor Geordin Hill-Lewis to hear what's being done there. Geordin, a very good afternoon to you. Thankful for your time, Mayor. So you and I have spoken about this before, your various interventions, including incentivizing people, for instance, for using less power at crucial times. How are you going to move forward now that we're even going into the holidays with this intensified level of power cuts?
Devastating, Tembekile, and it's nice to be back with you discussing this again. But yes, it is devastating, and also the potential for even worse, because we know that over the weekend, or in the next few days at least, Koeberg, one of the units at Koeberg, has to be taken offline for 6 months of compulsory upgrade. So the pressure on the system is going to be even greater. So Cape Town has activated and mobilized our disaster management center to start preparing for what that would mean for basic services, for water production, for sewer flows, for road management, traffic management, and so on. And we'll keep a careful eye on the national power grid over the next few days. But it really just does underscore how urgent it is that we get new power, from a city perspective, new power into the grid and reduce our reliance on Eskom. As you and I have discussed in the past, we are going through a procurement process to buy that power. It's actually already finished. We're about to start contracting with those companies. But then there's still a construction phase, there's still a connection phase. So I wish there was just a overnight switch where this could be solved, because this is just killing our economy. There isn't an overnight switch. We've just got to go as fast as humanly possible.
It must come, though, as a greater shock to people in Cape Town, precisely because you are able, at the lower levels, to cushion people in Cape Town from what the rest of us experience, even when we are at stage 2 of load shedding.
Yes, we can, and we are still cushioning today from stage 6. Cape Town is on stage 4. But even stage 4 is extremely difficult and unpleasant. And of course, if it escalates further than stage 6, it becomes less and less possible for us to protect customers, residents for extended periods of time. I can tell you that the planning that we have done, for example, just on the amount of diesel required to keep basic services functioning under a condition of stage 8, would mean that we would be in a situation of serious crisis within about 2 days, because there wouldn't be enough diesel in South Africa to keep all the generators running. So let's be under no illusion. Any escalation from stage 6 is a profound and unprecedented crisis, and we've just got to do everything possible to avoid that, firstly in the short term, and secondly in the medium term, just reduce our reliance on Eskom as quickly as we can. How
much diesel are you burning at the moment to keep Cape Town electrified?
No, at the moment we are only using Steenbras. We are saving all of our diesel stores, and we're making sure that those tanks are full right to the top. We are filling them up twice a week now, instead of previously we would usually only fill them once a month. So we are conserving those diesel stocks in particular for, touch wood, in the eventuality of an escalation. But as I say, once you start to have that escalation, just to keep our water treatment facilities and our sewage treatment facilities going would require so much diesel that you could only really do it for a couple of days at most.
Just on the issue of scenario planning then, or the Doomsday preparation, stage 8, I use Doomsday because that would mean a total blackout, would it not? So if you were to then tap into diesel as the main source to keep people, as homes electrified, even businesses going for a period of time, how much would you be able to get out of the system as far as electrification?
It would all depend on whether the stage 8 would last for just a day or two, in which case I think we could just about manage to keep basic services and public order. But Tembekile, if it were to go any longer than that, South Africa would be in serious hot water. Because slowly the country, or every municipality, would start running out of diesel, and then it gets into a very serious situation. We would obviously cancel any leave for any law enforcement officers, traffic officers. They would be on duty to manage roads, because none of the robots would be working. So we've got some very careful plans, and as I say, our disaster management center is already activated. It's sitting right now, going through those plans in detail, testing those parts that need to be tested, getting radios sorted out and so on if cell phone towers run out of battery. So there's lots of difficult things to manage here. The most important thing is let's just try everything possible to avoid that situation over the next few days.
It also could not have come at a worse time for places such as Cape Town, which are holiday destinations at this time of year. How concerned are you that the power cuts will actually put people off coming to Cape Town?
It is heartbreaking. Truly, you've put your finger on the nail. I actually ran into a group of American tourists on the street yesterday, and they were just kind of weirdly perplexed. They didn't really understand what was happening. The idea that this beautiful place, but their hotel, which they're paying thousands of dollars to stay in, doesn't have power for 6 or 8 hours of the day. It's just it's a crazy situation. It's really harmful for our tourist economy, not just for Cape Town. I think of all the people at Kruger Park, at Sun City, all of the big tourist destinations in South Africa. Tourists must really be scratching their head thinking, what is going on in this place?
Cape Town Mayor Geordin Hill-Lewis, good to speak to you. Thank you.